Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for joining us again today. I've got a very short video tutorial that will show you how to use Canva specifically for beginners today. Just before I get into that, if you want to use this platform once you're done watching the video, there's a link to do so in the description of this video where you can do so for totally free. So just give that link a click and that'll take you straight to Canva. So if you've gotten to the Canva homepage, you'll obviously need to log into it. All of the features are behind a login. As you can see, the login button is in the top right hand corner here. However, you can use Google and Facebook accounts to log into it, which is quite convenient. I'd imagine most of you have either one of them. However, if you don't, you can just go continue another way and sign in if you've now got an email as well. I'm going to go with Google for today. And then just click my work email just for today's purposes. Then as you can see, it's got a built-in kind of little wizard tutorial that'll take you through the different features and what you can do with it. So you can use that if you want. To be honest with you, most things like this, they require just time invested into them. The more time you'll spend in here, the more kind of mistakes you make, the more you'll learn about it. It is very simple and very easy to use, so it should be quite intuitive. However, most of the features are quite self-explanatory. So basically it works using a template system. So everything you see here, as well as, all of the things that you can access throughout these categories are all templates. Okay, so you'd need to sort of decide first of all, obviously, what you want to make out of Canva. So each platform that you're gonna end up utilizing, as well as print, is available here as a category. So say, for example, you were making something to print out, then you'd start with an A4 document or an A5 document or a card or a label. And if you're making something for online use, then you'd start with like an Instagram post or a story or presentation or whatever you're going to sort of prepare it for. So the platform that you're preparing it for is where you need to start off, essentially, by selecting that. So obviously you can modify things if you want to sort of, make an A4 document, then retrofit it into a card or whatever, you can do that. But you'd need to sort of first establish what you're going to use it for. So if you want, we can go for an Instagram post today. However, it'll work the same for each of these categories. And if you click one of those, and just before we go into that, you can browse more of these categories by selecting this little arrow on the right hand side here. So if I just single click that, as you can see, there's a lot more categories as well. So, and obviously you can see that there's preset categories at the top here, as well as a more button, which will show you kind of examples of what's within that category as well. So there's a wide range of things. I'd struggle to think of anything that you'd want to make still image-wise that's not here. Once you're in here now, you've obviously got, templates that you can select from on the left-hand side, but you usually start with a blank canvas. Normally, I'd highly recommend starting with a template. Okay, so find a template that's closest to what you want to make, and then modify it to suit your needs. That's always the best approach. That's kind of what this platform is for. So if you're starting from scratch, you can, if you've got a very specific idea and you know exactly what you want and you've used this before, but to kind of see how things are built and put together, it's always better. And just explore the templates for a while. Just spend a good little while looking at different templates, loading them in and seeing how they've been constructed. If you're not used to still image manipulation and creative image work, then just having a look and seeing that these things exist on different layers and how they've been layered in, and one thing stacks on top of each other, and you can see that there's two separate text boxes there by just hovering over them. They're separate fonts, separate sizes, so it's always better to sort of browse templates and utilize them. And then once you have selected a template that you want to make use of or evolve into your needs, to select, you could turn this into anything now. It doesn't have to be food related. So I could go here, I'm just double clicking now with the left click on the mouse into these text boxes like you would in like a Word package or anything like that. So you can just single click them to select them, and then if you double click, you get to select it and just type in what you want. So I could just say like new album, and you know, if you don't want something, if you'd like to remove it, you can just select it and hit that trash bin icon there, or you can just hit delete on the keyboard, the backspace key. So say if I wanted to just get rid of that and, you know, put it off here for a second. And then this picture, for example, now, if you select the picture with a single left click and then you head up here, edit image, you know, you can obviously replace that and filter it and do all kinds of things to the image in terms of manipulation, and it's, you know, very extensive what you can do. There's also a built-in background remover. And then if you go here to these three little dots, which are the more options, you've obviously got most of the standard options that come with like a Photoshop or a Word editing package as well. You know, if you're used to Photoshop, you'll know about the layering system, and this is where that is within Canva. So if you've got, you know, an image, for example, like that, that's now behind the text, and for whatever reason you want to bring it in front, you'd right click that image and then bring forward like that. Or bring to front as well, you know, and then you can see that it's now over the text, and then I can go send to back, and it's kind of behind everything now. And if, you know, you can sort of imagine that these are sort of layers stacked on top of each other. So if I, you know, click this sort of orange brush stroke, I guess you'd call it, you can see now that the options that load up here are completely different to when I've got the text or the picture selected. So, you know, to change the color of that, for example, you can see that there's an orange square there. You know, you click that and you've got a selection of these sort of colors that are already available in the image. So it kind of makes sure that you're working within the palette of the image. So if I did that, you can see that it immediately changes the color, and then right click it and then send to the back like that. And then I've got the original structure of the image back now. So yeah, it's very intuitive, very easy to use. And as you can see, most of the menus are kind of hidden here on the left, and you've got these tabs here which you can use to load in graphics and upload images and add text. And, you know, I won't go into anything like that in detail now. And once you're happy with what you've got, then, you know, I'll leave that there as it is for now. You can click this share button in the top right hand corner. That's kind of how you get the picture out as an image, and you can either select download or you can copy a link to it. 90% of the time, or even more, I'd say you're going to go for download, even if you're on a mobile device, and that will then download it to either your phone or your computer or whatever you're working on. So then you can upload it to whatever platform. Like this is obviously an Instagram post, so I could download it to my image gallery on my mobile usually, or, you know, download it to this PC and use Drive or an email or something like that to transfer it to a phone, or, you know, use Instagram as a desktop app and you hit download there, and that would give you it as an image then. In this instance, it's going to sort of download it as a file through my browser, as you can see like that. I don't need it at the moment, obviously. So, and that's basically it. You can hit the home button there to return then to this sort of home screen and browse the other templates. And you'll notice as well now that what I've created there, that Instagram post, has appeared here in my recent designs. So obviously these are all things that I've made in the past, and it's just there now on the top, because that's the most recent project I've worked on. And if I select those three little dots, obviously I can access the settings for that as well as delete it, which I'll do right now. And that concludes our video tutorial. So like I said at the beginning of the video, you've got access to this platform now, Canva, through a link in the description for this video. So give that a click if you want to give this a go. If you enjoyed the video and found it useful, you can subscribe to the channel and give us a like. And if you'd like more content in the future of this nature, and if you've got any suggestions or any questions or anything like that, leave them as comments down below. Thank you very much.